Well, the man accused of starting a fire that eventually grew into the Palisades Fire is now in the hands of a jury. Prosecutors say Jonathan Rinderknecht deliberately started the fire in the Palisades because he believed wealthy people were destroying the world. That's their argument. That fire smoldered for 6 days before reigniting into the Palisades Fire. But his lawyer is arguing there's no evidence that he started the fire and says it was more likely caused by fireworks.
Attorney Rachel Fiset is joining us to discuss the case this morning. And Rachel, when we first heard about this case from law enforcement, it seemed like it would be a pretty simple one. Now that things are unfolding in front of this jury, it really seems that there's a lot more questions than we thought in this case. Thanks for being with us this morning.
This is going to be a hard case for the prosecutors to get to beyond a reasonable doubt. And I think the jury has taken a full day already to determine where they are in the evidence. Everything here that the prosecutors are saying is circumstantial. There is no evidence that they could show of him actually lighting the fire. He is in the area. He did have a lighter, but there's other questions that leave the jury with why would he have then called 911 when he saw sparks? What was the role of fireworks in the fire? There's a lot of competing interests here and competing evidence in this case with no real smoking gun, if you will.
Well, and that's the jury's supposed to convict beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
So there does seem to be some doubts here, but they didn't come back right away with a verdict yesterday. So it doesn't seem like it was that easy for them to maybe go through some of this. I want to ask you how damaging that conflicting testimony from earlier in the week. You had two firefighters. You had one who said that he heard fireworks before the fire started. The other saying he didn't hear any fireworks. So is that problematic here too?
It's absolutely problematic, and it helps the defense whenever there's any kind of confusion, particularly on the prosecution's end. And here, when there were fireworks is absolutely at issue. There was other conflicting firework testimony by the defendant himself throughout the trial. There are issues here as to what it was that started the fire, and there had been all of those rumors that it was fireworks. Again, we also have the fires starting on January 1st, and really, as we know it, the fires in earnest really began on January 7th. So there's a lot going on here that the jury has to think about, and the fact that they did not come back with a quick verdict generally favors the defense.
Interesting. Okay, so prosecutors have focused a lot on Rinderknecht's text messages, where he seems to be angry at the rich, where he has mental health issues that he's scared that he's struggling with. Does any of that, though, help in a conviction?
Well, it does. That is their case. They are saying that this is his motive for why he started the fire, that he targeted the Palisades because it's a wealthy area, and because he was targeting them, it's because he was angry at them. So they are using his state of mind and his anger kind of at the state of the world as showing that he may have started the fire.
You know, prosecutors, in my mind, humans want to blame someone. And this is such a horrible situation for so many people. Humans are also very unpredictable. So why we do see some of these things maybe weighing in here. A juror actually had to be dismissed this week for thanking a firefighter who didn't take the stand. Is this unusual? And how does that human element, a lot of times a surprise, kind of play into these types of cases?
Well, if we think of the community trauma that Los Angeles has been through because of the various fires here, the Palisades Fire and the fire in Altadena, this is such a hot button issue for the human element here. And people are looking for answers as to why they lost everything in these devastating fires. And that could, in part, have motivated this kind of prosecution. And also the judge was very sensitive in dismissing that juror simply for thanking a firefighter. But that could have shown bias, that person was really thankful that someone helped to lessen this incredible devastation that the city felt. So we are in a hot button issue that has affected almost in some way every member of Los Angeles.
Yeah, very emotional case here. We'll see what the jury decides. Rachel, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.